how's it going? Welcome to Hatha High with Joy. We are going to do a 30-minute flow, so if you guys have any requests, please tell me or let me know how you guys are feeling in your bodies. I had to do this a little bit earlier today. I'm getting my tooth pulled later, so that's really fun. I'm kind of in a lot of pain right now, but I love teaching yoga, and yoga always helps me to feel better, and teaching always helps to pull me out of what's going on. So I'm just really excited to move my body and get flown for today. We can start to stretch a little bit. So if you want to come into a tabletop, you can play with moving back and forth by tucking your toes underneath, sitting back on your toes, you're lifting the arms up overhead, and then rocking forward. Maybe pointing the toes this time, rocking back onto those pointed toes. Arms reach back. And then as I'm rocking forward, I'm stretching my wrists, engaging the hands, the fingers. I'm just moving like this. Always changing the position of your hands. Just exploring and figuring out what feels good for you. You could start with some cat-cows here. I have my fingers facing towards my knees right now. So it's really stretching the forearms. Feels really good. Shake out your wrists. Maybe switch directions. Start to rock back, make any sort of noises that your body needs or wants. Perfect. So just sitting back onto our bottom or our knees, just taking a moment here after those few little stretches and breath movements to check in with ourselves. See how we're feeling, how we're doing, what's calling to us today. Taking into account what we did yesterday or this week, and what we have to do today. What's our goal? What are we trying to get from this practice besides connection? Is it energy? Is it strength? Is it centeredness? You want to find the poses and explore and let your body guide you to the things that will help you with that intention. Beautiful. I'm going to grab a yoga strap. If you guys have a strap as well, wonderful. I love, love, love straps. I think they help a lot, especially adding some resistance for breaking up that arm fascia. All fascia. So I really like these straps because they have these cool loops through them, so it's really easy to just put a hand or foot inside and not slip out. Oh, pardon me. I was up until 3 a.m. cleaning. I got a cleaning bug. So either if you're on your knees or just side seated with your hands on a strap or towel, or even just imagining something's there, and so you're adding your own resistance out as if a band is pushing against you. We're going to reach our right hand down to the earth, extending up to the left arm. Oh, pardon me. And then, so I like to push that top arm into the strap, and then I all of a sudden feel my fascia kind of breaking up a little bit. I'm actually going to go a little bit deeper here. And so then I just like to move my arm and my spine all around underneath this resistance. I feel like you're able to get a lot deeper into the tightness. And we'll go ahead and move to the other side. So left hand comes down, right arm reaches overhead. Oh, stretching back and forth. Oh, maybe check in, is this side tighter? Is this side a little bit more crunchy for you? Let yourself yawn, let yourself make any noises. Oh, explore just how your body releases. Oh. Wonderful. And then coming back to center, maybe reaching up with both arms and then cactusing them behind your back, pulling those elbows in. Part of me, I really yawn a lot when I do yoga, especially like first thing in the morning. Everything escapes through yawns for me. Yawns and burps. Oh, it's weird. Anyways. And then reach those arms back up overhead. Beautiful. Going into that tabletop. Once more, we'll do some traditional cat-cows here. Rounding. You can even play with switching your breath. So sometimes I like to inhale on my cat and really breathe up into my shoulders. And then exhaling to just more of a neutral spine, not really pushing down. But you can just play and explore, do some little roundabout dancing kitties here. Beautiful. So now we'll go ahead and bend the knees, tuck the toes. Gently lift the bottom up towards the sky for a nice, gentle, gentle down dog here. Or unless you're wanting active, unless you want to build that fire, go for it. Get a nice, strong, activated down dog. But if you want, you can take your feet extra wide and let the weight kind of come back into your heels so there's not so much weight in your palms. And then I'm just bending one knee, letting that heel come off the ground while the other stays planted. My hips are still reaching back, and then into that other knee. Heel lifts, hips pulling back. And then maybe both come down now. Soft bend in the knees still. Gently trying to lift up through the hip bones. Beautiful deep breaths. Maybe try really pulling through the center now. You can deep bend your knees and see how that feels. Or try to straighten just a little bit, never fully locking out. Always keeping that micro bend, but just see where the stretch feels the best for you. And then whether you're here or not, coming into this kind of little squat action, wide-legged forward fold, we'll inhale, halfway lift. So nice flat back, my hips are widening apart, pushing out and lifting up simultaneously. Then I'm using the strength of my core to lift through the mid-back, stretching my tailbone away from my scalp away from my tailbone. My tailbone lifting up towards the sky helps to lift my heart too. Inhale here, exhale, folding down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. You can have your hands on the ground or your shins or back. Exhale, lower. Beautiful, and then inhale, lift. Breathing long here. Beautiful. We'll exhale, turn that right toe forward or out to the side, bending into that knee. Go ahead and take your hands out to the right. So we're coming into this little condensed warrior 2 fallen warrior or exalted warrior pose here. I'm just breathing. One more round of breath here. Exhale, coming back to center, bringing that right foot back in. Take an inhale here at a halfway lift. Exhale, go ahead and turn that left toe out to the side. So I'm going to turn just so you can see this a little bit better. So now my left toe is turned out and bending into that knee. And then I'm just allowing my upper body to drape while I actively pull those hips back to the center and up. Maybe pressing into the feet, engaging the legs, the toes even. And breathing here, trying to relax the spine. Beautiful, and then on your next inhale, coming back to center, turning that toe forward, really lifting, lengthening through the spine. Press into those feet, press those hips apart. I just got a nice pop of my sacrum. And then exhale, we'll go ahead and walk our hands out, turn the toes out to the side, and lower the knees down. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see me still. So my knees are as wide as they'll comfortably go. They're not at my max. If you're at your max and you're kind of having a hard time breathing, pull them in just a little bit and make sure that the heels are tractioning right behind the knees. If this is a stretch for you, you can hang out here. If you're ready to come down onto your forearms, you can. And then the goal here is while we are in this frog pose, is how I know it, we're going to pull those hips back and gently lift that tailbone up. And then you should really feel this somewhere in your body. If you don't, maybe try something different. Maybe try going a little bit deeper. And just explore here. Sometimes I like to play with rounding my tailbone down and then lifting it up. Just kind of working that fascia again. That loves to shrink wrap around everything. So our poses don't have to be static. We don't have to be stuck, unable to breathe, unable to feel. That's not yoga. We can move and explore and connect. Beautiful. And then just holding in that tailbone lifted position for a moment. Softly breathing into any areas that you feel tension. Beautiful. And then so to safely get out of this, I'm going to curl my tailbone down again, reaching my hips all the way to the floor. And then with control, nice and slow, I'm going to push in my toes to lift my knees and gently bring them closer together. If you just swing those legs together, some things could happen, could not feel so good. So nice and slow, I'm just toe, thigh walking my legs back together. Beautiful. Awesome. And then you can just rock the hips side to side here. I'll take the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the belly first. We can bring the knees forward a little bit, coming into a nice child's pose, whether the legs are together or wide. Breathe here. On your next inhale, lengthen your arms long out in front of you. Really breathing into your whole spine. Reaching that tailbone down towards your feet. On your next exhale, walk your hands over to the right. You can press into your left palm to feel your left hip push back into space. Breathe into that space. You can play with trying to lower that shoulder down or lift it up, whatever feels good for you. One more round of breath here. And when you're ready, we'll exhale, walking back to center, and then walking the hands over to the left. Now I'm really pushing into that right palm, shifts my left hip back. I don't know if you can see that. So this is my hand not activated in the location of my hip. Once I press, see how that right hip slides back and away. Now I have a little bit more room to breathe. And take one more round of breath here. Exhaling back to center. And if your knees aren't together, if it's comfortable for you to do so, go ahead and bring your knees together and then grab the backs of your heels with your palms, really letting those shoulders slump down and forward over your knees. And just take a few breaths here. Really breathing into the back of the heart, the whole spine, tailbone, rib cage. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, slowly sitting up. Maybe just pause to see how you feel right now. Checking in with the body, what's it craving at this moment. And we'll go ahead and sit to one side, taking our legs out in front of us. Scooch our bottom down towards our heels so we can lay back. Oh, you can bring your knees into your belly. I usually get a little pop when I first come to this position, or two. You can play with rocking the knees and the hips side to side. You can even straighten one leg and then the other. And then we'll go ahead and settle to one direction here. So however that looks like for you and your legs, and it doesn't have to be same, so just see what feels good here, even if it's not what you're used to, and then let go. Try not to hold. This is me holding my legs and then letting go. I'm going to let my left shoulder soften towards the earth. Take a deep breath down that side body. Exhale, really let it all go. one more deep breath here. Or feel free to stay as long as you'd like, but when you're ready, reach that left arm out towards the right, and then bring your whole body together back to center. You can give a little hug here, just let the knees rest in towards one another while you check in. And then when you're ready, you can rock side to side. And then however your legs want to be on this side. Again, it doesn't have to be the same as last time. Just explore and find what feels good. And then settle into it, let go of the bones, let go of the muscles. So nothing's working to hold your position. Even if that means something slips or slides, let it go. Breathe deep to where you feel any tension. You can take another deep breath here. You start to work the arms and hands like your good morning stretches. Oh, taking up space or getting small, playing with both. I like to bring my face and my eyes into what I'm doing. So if I'm scrunching up, I try to make my face small. If I'm stretching out and taking up space, I try to take up space with my face. And then wherever you're at, just go ahead and settle down into your Savasana. Taking the hips wide. Tucking the shoulders underneath the spine. Let the neck grow long out of the shoulders. Release your jaw, your eyes, face. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Feel your heart as expansive, green, swirling, loving energy, light. Moving all around your heart, expanding out into the rest of your body, into the room, to your loved ones, to your friends, the neighborhood, city, the country, the world enveloped in your green, loving light, healing for all. Soften the belly, the hips and the groins. Feel the legs melt, feet melting into the earth. Just letting go, trusting that will bring you back when it's time. You are safe here. You are safe with me. Feel free to stay in your Savasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready, you can start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. the wrists and the ankles, the knees and the elbows. And take your arms overhead for some more full body good morning stretches. Maybe pointing through the toes, flex through the heels. You can bring your knees into your belly with your arms overhead. You can roll to your right side, supporting your head on your arm. You can place your top hand just rested on the mat and breathe. Taking a moment to offer your body some love and gratitude. Thank you, body. Love you, body. Does so much for you. Can you think of 1 to 3 things you can thank your body for doing for you? Like healing without having to be told or asked how. Digesting your food. Carrying you through this beautiful world. So many others. Thank you, body. Love you, body. When you're ready, you can go ahead and extend that top leg, pushing into your top palm. Slowly sitting up with the eyes closed or soft gaze. Palms will come together in front of the heart. Inhale to lift the heart up to the sky. Exhale, bow the mind to the heart. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today. May you continue to show up for yourself every day, so you can fill your cup and better go out to serve others. The love and light in me recognizes and honors the love and light in each of you and everything and everyone. Namaste.